Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another first impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at No Kuni. Now this is actually a title that I've been wanting to try out for quite some time, but obviously due to being on a very tight budget, it was somewhat of an impossibility. However, Bandai Namco actually sent me a code for this one, and I'm actually doing this particular first impressions video a lot earlier than I usually do videos, like in terms of how many hours I have into a title, because I want to show you guys a portion of the story. And in order to do that, I didn't want it to show you guys portions of the story that were basically the tutorial, even though there might be tutorial elements, because I haven't really played this part of the game. This is as far as I've gotten into the game at this point. I believe that they have a timer. Yeah, so far I've played like 3 hours, so I guess you guys don't have to worry too much about spoilers. But basically, if you really want to have like a clean experience with No Kuni, the only thing I can really tell you is, and by a clean experience I mean like completely spoiler free, all I can really tell you is I don't think that there's a way I can do that whilst showing you guys proper gameplay as well as cinematics and stuff like that, which I believe are going to happen in the title in a couple of minutes from now. All I can really tell you is that it's a JRPG, it's got a really solid combat system. Don't be fooled by its looks, even though it looks like it's aimed towards younger audiences. There is definitely a solid game here, so if you really just do not want to be spoiled, if you do not want to see a single thing about No Kuni because you plan on playing it yourself or whatever, feel free to leave now. Otherwise, I'm going to start going into a little bit of the plot of the title. So, at the very start of the game, your character meets up with another character called, I think it's Phil, was it? I think, check, yeah, Philip. He meets up with another boy called Philip, and they both agree to meet up during a night at Philip's garage, where they, apparently Philip, and I'm not sure if Oliver was helping or not, I can't remember that part perfectly, but they had a car, basically. They built a car. And so Philip was driving the car, he gets into an accident, and the car gets thrown to the water. And Oliver's mother, Oliver is the character that we're playing, the main character. Oliver's mother dives into the water to save him, but apparently she had a weak heart, and diving into the water caused her to die. Oliver stays home crying for 3 days, and eventually he drops some of his tears onto this little guy that you guys see in front of me, who is Mr. Drippy, and he becomes alive. He tells Oliver that he is a fairy from another world. As a matter of fact, from what I can tell, No Kuni roughly translates to another world or our world, or I couldn't really get it, but No Kuni is a Japanese phrase or whatever, or a word even, that signifies this particular world, which is either other world, their world, whatever. I'm still not as adept at Japanese as I would like to. Either way, this character, he tells you that there is a way that you can possibly save your mother if you come to this world, No Kuni, and help him stop the Dark Djinn. And so Oliver comes into this world, and they give you some tutorials and tell you a little bit about the game. And eventually we come over here because we are seeking the help of the king of this city. This is a city called Ding Dong Dell. I know, the name is awesome, isn't it? And it's a city that's got a whole bunch of cats in it, so obviously I already hate this city. Just kidding. But, and right now our objective is to rest over at the inn, because there's a lady who is making a suit for us. So in the morning we need to go get a different suit because these clothes aren't time appropriate. Think Martin McFly and Back to the Future 3 had all those really bad clothes back in the Western. It's kind of what's happening here. We have some futuristic clothes for this particular world, so we need to get ourselves some more appropriate clothes, which we will be getting in the morning after we get some rest at this inn. So I'm just going to be playing through it now and telling you guys about the different mechanics as they start taking place. Welcome to one of the Cat's Cradle chain of premium. There's a lot of these things like where they change words to suit the different characters. So this is a cat character, so it's like it's like purring. Chain of premium inns. We pride ourselves in our practicality and pricing. Okay, let's go ahead and stay. Looks like this is going to cost us 10 guilders. Yes, stay the night. Your custom is always appreciated. Yeah, you look a little unusual. You're a traveler, I presume. And I encourage you to take a nap at each of our inns wherever your travels may take you. We're very proud of our deep and comfortable beds, and we hope you enjoy them as much as we do. Thank you very much. Look at your wizard's companion. There's something different about it. Ah, there's useful. The memories of all the travelers who've stayed here have filled it back up a bit. Gee, I never expected that. Why the heck not, Mon? I really like this guy's accent. I'm actually playing the game with English voiceovers, even though I have to say the Japanese voiceovers are a little bit better. But the English voiceovers in this particular title are not that bad, and I particularly really like Drippy's voice because it's got like a Jamaican kind of accent to it. You guys will see once we get to sections that are voice acted. Anyways, as I was saying, it's a flippin' moiety spellbook, innit? We'd best stay in as many of these places as we can, eh? I guess so, huh? You obtained a new Regions of the World page. So let's see how this mechanic works. I've never rested at an inn before.
Oliver? Oliver? Huh? Mom? Mom! You've done so well to make it this far, Oliver. Mom? Is this a dream? You must listen to me now, Oliver. You have to go to him, to face him. And when you do, you'll learn the truth. Promise me, no matter how hard it is. Him? Mom, who's him? Mom, what do you mean? He's someone very important to both of us. But who is he? And where do I have to go? It's all right, sweetie. You're already on your way. Don't give up, Oliver, no matter how hard it gets. Mom? Mom! Mom!
Morning, young man, and what a perfectly fine morning it is, too. You slept well, I hope. No, I had a dream about my dead mother. Excellent! You'll be on your way now, I expect. Well, if you happen to cross another cat's cradle on your travels, be sure to stay with us again. Ta, missus. See you soon. Righto, Ollie boy. Back to that old shop, innit? Okay. Mom. Save your progress. Yes. So as you guys could probably tell, the voice acting, I mean, it's definitely good. I mean, the one thing that I have an issue with is when we start combat. I mean, the phrases that the phrase that Oliver usually says at the start of combat, it doesn't seem very enthusiastic. Also, if you explore the map and explore hidden paths and hidden locations and stuff like that, you will a lot of times come across extra stuff. So they do reward you for exploration, so that is a big plus in my book. You guys know that I love straying off the beaten path in video games. I love doing exploration. I love immersing myself in a world, and when a game actually rewards you for it, I just love that kind of stuff. So let's keep going through here. We're supposed to go to this shop. I really do like the overall aesthetics of the game. Like, these aren't super detailed graphics, but the animations are amazing. Like, the animation work, I mean, even in that cinematic, you guys probably couldn't tell that much, but trust me, like, when you guys see combat and stuff like that, the fluidity of the animation, just the fluidity of the character walking, I mean, it's just so fluid. It's so well done. You move the camera with your right stick, as per usual in these types of games. You move your character with the left stick. These shoulder buttons don't really do much when you're just like out and exploring. You just press square and you can cast different spells if you so desire, although there really is no reason for me to cast a spell right now. So this shop is called the Boutique because it's like an owl shop. It's kind of neat. They give these little themed names and stuff to each store in the city. So let's see about our new outfit. Woohoo, there you are, dearie. You'll be happy to hear your clothes are ready. Tidy. Best try them on then, eh, Ollie boy? Sure. I'll just pop and get them for you, dear. Wait here, it shan't be a moment. Yes, ma'am, thank you very much.
What do you think?
Huh? Oh, that's trendy. You look proper sharp, Ollie boy.
Isn't it a little goofy? I mean, a cape? Don't be silly, dear. It hoots you down to the ground. Thank you very much, ma'am. How much do we owe you? Ooh, for those old things, don't be silly, dear. You'd be doing me a huge favor just by taking them off my hands. Ah, that's awesome. I can't remember the last time I did any sewing. I was an absolute hoot, dear. Think nothing of it. All I ask is that you pop back and buy a little something from time to time. You'll do that for me, won't you, dear? Of course we will. Thanks, missus. There's lucky, Ollie boy. Looks like we owe this place another visit or 3. We sure do. You obtained a set of traveler's clothes. And I've got some dapper duds. We can head up to the palace, tidy. Time to go meet the king, huh? Kinda nervous. I actually like the look of the character. I mean, just look at the cloth physics and all that stuff that's going on in this animation. I just feel the game is very, very well animated. Really looks like a cartoon. And even though a lot of people are going to look at this art style and the way that the game is going, they might be thinking, oh, it looks like a kid's game. And it's like, oh my god, you are so wrong. It's like a breath of fresh air amongst all of those gray shooters and all that other stuff. Even though I like me some gray shooting as well, it's nice to see developers that have the guts to actually do a project like this with this kind of aesthetic and actually put some real effort behind it. Because usually when I see games that are like that you could consider due to their artistic choices or whatever that are aimed to a younger audience, usually you can tell that developers are like just doing it for the sake of doing it. And when you get into this game, when you soak up this atmosphere and you start looking at all the stuff that is happening within the game and all the mechanics, you're really like, this is an amazing game. And it's just been blowing my mind left and right at every turn. And I know that maybe I'm praising it too much because I've recently became quite a big fan of JRPGs. I mean, I like Japanese titles, but I haven't been playing a lot of JRPGs up until very recently. I've played some. Like, I kind of got started with Persona 4 Golden, and then it just went on from there. I've just been playing tons of JRPGs and other Japanese titles, and I've just been somewhat enamored by the whole Japanese vibe, so I guess take my opinion with a grain of salt. Either way, let's go ahead and talk to this guard. Welcome to Ding Dong Dell. This is the road that leads to the royal palace. You are travelers, I take it. You must be in those clothes. Yes, we've come to see the king. Ah, you're after an audience with King Tom, are you? Well, I'd be more than happy to let you through, but I'm afraid that's just not possible at the moment. But why? One of the king's hapless aides has allowed his majesty beloved pet fish to escape into the palace moat. That red herring is the king's pride and joy and a highly endangered species to boot. I doubt his majesty would be able to replace this one if he were to lose it. What that aide of his was thinking, I do not know. Anyways, to cut a long story short, everyone in the castle is busy looking for the king's red herring at the moment. I'd advise you to come back another day. Alright, what are we going to do, Mr. Drippy? Palace moat, is it? If I'm not mistaken, that moat's connected to some of the rivers that run through town. You think it could have swum all the way to town? Reckon it's possible? Yeah, why don't we have a look in a few ponds, and that just in case can't do any harm, can it? Sure can't. Gee, I hope I find that red herring, Mr. Drippy. Me too, Ollie boy. Right then, let's go fishing. Okay, so looks like we got ourselves another quest. We have to go ahead and look for the king's red herring. Now, while we're doing this, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about side quests. There's a location in this particular town, and apparently there's going to be another one of these stores in more towns that you're going to be going to, which is the Swift... I forget the other name. It's the Swift something. But basically it's the place... Swift... I can't read that. Either way, I'm not sure if it's going to tell us the name of the place when we enter it. But either way, it's the Swift something, and this is where you get side quests. So let's see if there are any side quests available right now. This is like a quests. What do you call these? I forget the name. Man, it's been a long time. Since I've actually slept properly, so bear with me here. But this is one of the places where you get quests. So let's just see if there are any new quests. Nope, it's an errand board. Yep, there are no quests. Unfortunately, I would love to show you guys. But anyways, this place shows you some quests, and then you can go and talk to people, and you can get some side quests done. And when you do those side quests, can I actually see my merit card? I guess I can't. That's a shame. Really? You can't see your merit or your badge or whatever, the card thing? Okay, it shows the complete... Okay, I can view the stamp card by looking at triangle. Anyways, whenever you complete one of the quests that they give you in this board, you're going to get a certain amount of these stamps. And when you fill a full stamp card, which right now I have 7 stamps on mine, and you need 10 of them to finish a stamp card, I guess you're going to get access to some of these skills, like Jumping Jack allows you to jump by pressing circle while running. Not very useful, but a whole lot of fun. Jack Be Nimble allows you to run a little faster out into the hills and plains of the wide world. This is going to be very useful. Jack Little Horner occasionally makes your foraging efforts more fruitful, and this kind of like quality of life stuff. So this is obviously very useful if you manage to fill enough merit cards with side quests and stuff like that. But that's pretty much how side quests work. Anyways, let's focus back on finding the King's Red Herring. I haven't really shown you guys any combat yet. Hopefully I will get to do that before we're done with the video. I will definitely do some combat, even if I just go out into the wild and fight random creatures. Look, Holly boy, see that red thing over there? Not really. I see a fish. It's not really red, it's kind of purplish. Well, I guess it's red, the one over there. I reckon I found our fishy friend. You'd better go and take a closer look, though, just to make sure, innit? Why do I have to go over there? Well, who else is going to do it? Freddy the Fish Inspector? Come on, just hop on them rickety-looking bits of wood, you'll be fine. Ah, gee, alright, I'll guess I'll try. So what am I supposed to do now? Yep, that looks like a red herring, and it's running away. There it goes. He got away. Sorry. He's a lively one, all right. I think he went off towards the palace, Ollie boy. After him. Once again, I cannot stress enough how gorgeous and fluid the animations look in this title. It's just a joy to watch such a wonderfully animated game. You guys know that it's kind to me, graphics, it's animations, that's what really gets me going, and the animations on this title are just rock solid. Not to mention, so far the story has also been really interesting. So I guess we're supposed to go in this direction. You can see a quest marker on the minimap there on the upper left corner. Here he is. We should probably take him in a bucket of water or something. I like how he's just holding the fish. He's like, so this is the king's favorite fish, huh? Tidy, that's a red herring if I ever saw one. Now we can get ourselves an audience with the king. Let's head back and see that palace guard, shall we? Are you just gonna take the fish like that? It's gonna die. This isn't drip, he just takes the fish on his hands. Oh, it's so cute. Very well, let's go chat with the guard and get ourselves an audience with the king. We're probably going to get some more cinematic stuff going on. You again, I'm afraid we still haven't located King Tom's pet. This one, you mean? We came to deliver the king's fish back to him, sir. Goodness, I'd know the regal scarlet tones of the king's beloved red herring anywhere. Well, I'll be. Wouldn't really say scarlet, it's more like kind of pinkish. I reckon he must have swum through the sewers into the town like. Is that so? I must let the other guards know right away. Ah, if I remember rightly, you were. That's right. We need to see the king. Yes, of course, but with him in his current state. What's that? Something up, is there? You could say that. Did I mention that the person charged with caring for the king's red herring just let it escape? Yes. Yes, you did. That's why we're holding it here. Everyone in the palace has grown terribly lax as of late, so lax that we need to enlist the help of passing travelers, as you know only too well. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but the king himself has been indolence personified, and it seems to be rubbing off on his subjects. Indolence, is that like laziness? Yes, he's King Sloth. I'm afraid so. Well, perhaps being reunited with his beloved red herring will give him the boost he needs. In you go. Tidy, we're off to see the king. Come on, Ollie boy. Rurikhan does voice acting for No Kuni. Here's another animation. This is
A pleasure
obviously...
to meet you, you and me, Majesty.
So it was you who delivered one's treasure back to one?
That's right.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And you wish for a prize?
Go on, man. Ask him.
Come now, don't be shy.
Well, Your Majesty,
Out with it now!
we need your wand.
One's wand. Huh? What did you say?
Crikey.
That smell. Could it be?
That's right, you and Majesty. He's not from our world. He's the one whose power freed me from my prison.
What? You mean he broke his spell? This little boy?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're saying, Fairy? Once you defy him, there's no turning back.
I know, but...
But what precisely?
Well, you know, he might be able to...
It's not one's concern. You may not have the wand. Now be gone.
Does that mean no wand, Mr. Drippy?
Looks like it.
And this is why I don't like cats.
So how do we get the wand now?
Something wasn't quite right about our royal friend. Broken-hearted he is, or I'm broken-headed.
The king is?
Lacking enthusiasm, it looked like. And because he's broken-hearted, the whole kingdom's being dragged down with him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find the piece of heart he's missing.
Blimey, you don't need much encouragement, do you?
The guard outside of town was short on enthusiasm too, right? Indeed he was, Ollie boy. Like I said, I reckon the king's broken-heartedness is dragging everyone else down with him. But the other guard gave us some of his enthusiasm to help his friend. We should go ask him for some more. No, don't go doing that. There's a very important rule about borrowing pieces of people's hearts. There is? What is it? Well, you can't go taking the same piece of heart from the same person twice, you see. One scoop off the top is always safe to borrow. Gee, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to be real careful from now on. So what do we do, Mr. Drippy? Well, I guess we need to find someone with more enthusiasm. We trawl the town for someone with get up and go aplenty in it. It's a sleepy old place, but there's bound to be someone somewhere. The only problem is where. Ding Dong Dell's not exactly village size after all. You might even say it's proper massive. Guess it kinda is, huh? Something of a quandary, are we? The telling stone. Flipping heck, mon. Hi, Mr. Tellingstone. You seem perplexed, my young friends. I thought you might benefit from a dose of my expensive knowledge. Thanks, that's real nice of you. You see, we need to borrow a piece of somebody's heart, but we don't know how to find one. Elementary, my dear Oliver. In times like these, just look to your locket. How do you mean? Well, not only it can carry pieces of the heart, the locket is also extremely sensitive to their proximity. It will glow when they are nearby. So we can use it to track down some enthusiasm then, innit? Allow me to tell you a little more about that locket of yours. You will see that it has a habit of glowing brightly from time to time. This is how it reacts in the presence of those who possess one's heart virtues in abundance. Incidentally, those with pieces of heart despair will also glow a verdant green on the minimap in the top of your screen. That's convenient. Neato! It will not serve to tell you which of the virtues the subject has in excess, but it should still prove exceedingly useful to you nonetheless. I just know it will. Now sally forth and seek your piece of heart, young adventurer. Thank you so much, Mr. Tellingstone, sir. And if ever you find yourselves in need of knowledge again, you may consider me wholly at your service. Farewell for now, friends. Righto, Ollie boy, let's have a look around for someone with a drop of enthusiasm to spare, shall we? If your locket glows up all of a sudden, we know we're on the right track. Got it. Let's go, Mr. Drippy. Okay, so let me try and explain to you guys what just happened. So when we got to this world, we spoke with a tree, which I can't remember exactly what his name was, but he was basically a very wise tree. And after we spoke with him, he granted us the locket, which allows us to take certain emotions that some people have in excess and give them to someone else who might have short of those emotions, because this is an effect that is being caused by the Dark Djinn. Supposedly he is causing people to become unhappy, to lose pieces of their heart, and I don't think it's just enthusiasm, but so far they've only introduced this mechanic with enthusiasm. So basically now we have to go and hunt someone who's got a ton of enthusiasm and take a little bit of enthusiasm from them and bring some enthusiasm to the king, I guess. So let me just have a look-see at the map here, see if it marks anyone. No, it does. Oh, there's actually a star over there. Never mind. It's already telling us where we have to go to find enthusiasm and everything. That should make things rather easy. Even though I assume that as you play further on, you're going to have to find the different emotions that you need without the game actually telling you where they are. Look, Mr. Drippy, the locket, it's glowing. Tidy, then there's someone round here with a piece of heart to spare in it. Whoa. Billy Badass over there. And the only person around here is him. And look at him, man, he can barely stand still, he's so eager, jackpot. You mean you think he has some enthusiasm to spare? That I do, my lad, and I'd bet my lantern on it. Let's go and get it, shall we? Well, it's not very nice, but should I even speak with him? I should just like... Aw, I can't. How do, saucepan head? Don't suppose you fancy doing us a favor, do you? Stop distracting me, I'm busy. What are you busy doing exactly? Protecting the town from the mice, of course. Oh, I remember hearing about the mice who lived in Ding Dong Dell. Those mice are a menace. They're always running around, getting up to no good. But most of the grown-ups are too lazy to do anything about it, and most of them hardly notice when the mice steal things, and the ones that do don't seem to care. Well, Tommy Stout's not going to stand for it. I know the mice all live down in the well, so I'm standing guard here. Any mouse that comes this way is in for a battering. Well, well, we were right about this one. He's bursting with enthusiasm. Over to you, Ollie boy. What are you talking about? Well, King Tom seems to be really short in enthusiasm right now, and that's where you come in, Tommy boy. You've got loads of the stuff. If we gave some of it to King Tom, the whole town would sort itself out quick sharp. Yeah, so we're wondering if you could share some of your enthusiasm with us. Of course, I'd do anything to help the king. Thanks, Tommy. Well, in that case, I'll just take some of that enthusiasm from you, if you don't mind. Yoink. The distilled spirit of get up and go. You've obtained some enthusiasm. That was strange. Now I know what magic feels like. Strange? What do you mean? Non-wizarding types ain't used to spells, see, Ollie boy. They don't know what to make of them half of the time. Does this mean King Tom's gonna be alright now, Oliver? Yes, and once the king back to normal, everyone else should start feeling better too. That's right, Mon, your enthusiasm's gonna put a spring into everyone's step, innit? That's great to hear. Until then, though, I'd better stay here and keep an eye out for mice. Alright, see you later, Tommy. So, as per usual with JRPGs, there's a lot of text, and I haven't been skipping through any of it because I want you guys to get the full experience here. I really wanted to have shown you guys some combat by now, but I mean, there hasn't really been that much combat in the game up until this point, to be completely honest. Like, I've played 3 hours, I think maybe a total of 20 minutes was spent in combat. This game is more about role-playing and doing quests and all that other stuff, but there is still combat, and the combat system is really, really solid. I'm going to hand this into the king, and then I'm just going to give you guys straight up some combat so that you guys can see. I was hoping I would be doing combat right now, actually. Let's see if the king even lets us approach him. I wish the game would just let me cast the spells now, because I know that I'm supposed to just give him heart. One's becoming rather tired of these constant interruptions. Sorry, Your Majesty, it's just we have something for you. Yeah, we picked it out especially for you, Catface. I'll get rid of that tiredness of yours in no time. Give you a new lease of life. It will. Strong teeth, glossy fur. I'm not sure that's... Yeah, that sounds just a ticket. This accursed fatigue will be the death of me. Dealing with all these visitors, taking its toll. Not to hurry, Your Majesty. A little bit of enthusiasm is all you need, ain't it? I don't think that's gonna work. I have a feeling it's just not gonna work, but let's try it out anyways.
So, do you think it worked?
Let's see, shall we?
What the devil was one up to?
Your Majesty, please tell us you're back to your old self.
Yeah? Why, one is 10 times more energetic than one has ever been. But one feels different somehow.
This is your doing, is it not? Then you must be rewarded. Your
Damn
Majesty,
straight.
it seems that these brave adventurers have lifted the curse that was placed upon you.
What? Is this true?
Yes, Your Majesty. It appears that you were cursed with a lack of enthusiasm.
Is that so? One certainly didn't feel oneself for a while there. It seems one is in your debt.
The wand. What you would claim is your prize. Tidy, you know what to ask for, innit, Ollie boy? Need a magic wand, Your Majesty. Strangely, one feels as if one has had this conversation before. There's a wand one prized very highly as a kitten hidden away safely in one's bedchamber. And one would be willing to part with it, but one will have to find it first. Return later on and one shall present it to you. This is another thing that I don't like. It's like, it feels like this is from the 70s or something, but to be honest, I think that the real world, as in not the No Kuni world, was kind of in the 70s considering the car model that they showed at the start of the game, so I guess it's appropriate. It's just, it feels so archaic, the use of the word jeepers, and sometimes he goes all the way like jeepers creepers, and I was like, what? So boy, if you're in search of a wand, can one take it that you are perhaps a wizard? Indeed he is, Your Majesty, a shiny new apprentice wizard who doesn't exactly know much magic yet. Is that so? Then let one provide you with a spell or two. One's wand will be of little use without spells to cast, after all. That's so kind of you, thank you very much. Ooh, spring lock! I can finally open blue chest, I assume. Rejuvenate. I don't know what that does. You must enjoy the spells that inspired one so much in one's younger days. One that unlocks things and one that restores things to their former glory, huh? What did you use to get up to with these, Your Majesty? None of your business, fairy. Now, boy, you travel with a familiar, do you not? One has sent word to the Cat Mewster's store that you are to be given permission to shop there. Okay, no matter what, the Curie Master's store provides weapons and equipment for use of familiars. Why not go and browse the products on offer while one seeks top one's wand? Okay, I'm gonna skip some of this and just put you guys into combat now, so I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, so before we complete the King's Quest, I just went through the Swift store that gives you side quests, and I've gotten a bounty hunt quest to hunt for someone who is apparently destroying crops or stealing crops or something. And that should be the chance for me to show you guys the world map, which is this that you guys can see here. This is the world that you will be exploring as you play through No Kuni and get different quests and whatnot. And right now, we are looking for the guy who is stealing the crops and whatnot. Not exactly sure where he is. So, I'm just going to go straight up there because there's a monster there that I haven't really seen before. And in the meantime, let's engage on some of these monsters that are here. So this is how combat usually begins. We have the upper hand because we caught them from behind. The usual way that when you have these overworld encounters usually works in most JRPGs. If you catch them from behind, you will do extra damage and all that other good stuff. So, as you start a fight, you're going to pick who is going to engage first. So, I'm going to start with myself. So I select Oliver, and after I select him, the combat goes into real time. It's not full real time, it's like a hybrid. So once I select the action that I wish to take, the game is going to put me kind of on a cooldown while I perform that action, but I will be able to move around once that action is done to like evade attacks and that kind of stuff. And then I can queue up further actions that I want to do. So it's a mix of real time and turn-based. So I'm going to start with him, and the options I have are a bunch of them, but I'm going to start by casting a spell. I'm going to cast Fireball into Bay Tender A. Now, usually, the way that I start fights is first I cast a Fireball, and after that I switch to my Familiar, which is someone that I can summon over here. I just named my Familiar Tank, and here he is. And once you summon Tank, you can then attack, or you can do special skills like Sandblast. Sandblast makes... oh, actually, I missed it. Damn it. Let's do Cut Loose because it's like a special attack. And it's got some neat animation. And this is my Familiar Tank, and he is doing battle for me. And he just slaughtered that beast. This is kind of how combat works. You either... at the moment, I only have these two characters available, so myself and a Familiar. But I do believe that you will get more Familiars and even more characters, although I haven't really been able to experience that at this point just yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this. Let me have another look at my journal about that bounty hunt. So, where is that? Vegetable Thief. Last seen southeast of Ding Dong Dell. So, southeast, considering that north is over there, southeast is in this general direction. So let's see if we can find whoever is terrorizing the fields. I highly doubt it's a bird, but since we have a bird over here, let's get some more combat. However, since I've been doing a lot of combat since the start of the game, usually I can just whoop out Tank over here and just do standard attacks on pretty much anything and get it done. Just like that, and like that. Every now and then, mobs will drop those things. The blue ones will restore mana, the green ones will restore hit points, so that's kind of like something to prevent you from always having to use consumables to regenerate your health and whatnot. There are obviously consumables that you can both purchase and find throughout the world, such as white bread, which will restore some hit points. You also have some iced coffee, which restores mana, and you have your usual consumables that remove poison and whatnot. As you explore the world, you will find these things. These are usually items that you can find, like a Plainsworth flower. Plainsworth flower, I believe, is considered a material. But anyways, southeast is in this direction. I still haven't found whatever is doing the whole crops problem. But we'll continue to search for it as I give you guys some additional combat here. I'm just gonna go straight Familiar attack. Oh wow, I just took a special attack to the face. The Familiar has a limited time that it can act for. I will tell you guys where it is on the next combat because I forgot to show you. But he can only be out for a certain amount of time, at which point you will have to take over again. Oh, it looks like that little dog is the culprit. What the hell? Why are you running away? Stop running, damn you. Take on the Groofian. Yes. Wonder if he's tougher than... Oh, he looks tougher.
Let's go!
And I didn't even save. This could spell doom for me. Anyways, I'm going to start my attack here, and I'm going to start by just taking out one of these guys. I think Fireball should be enough to take... Oh, wow! These are tough! Finally! This is like the first challenging fight I've had in quite some time. Oh wow, I'm actually going to have to go all out here, and I'm going to just pull out my summon and do the special attack. That's right! How do you guys like them apples? Actually, I should engage on the other ones now that I think about it. Oh, there's some mana over there. The drippy guy... What the hell? Stop that! The Griffy guy will eventually drop stuff for us to use as well. Oh, I can't use Cut Loose. Well, that's not what I wanted to attack. I attacked the wrong target. And as you can see, I'm running out of juice on him. That is the mechanic that you guys see over there at the top left, which is a circle thing, and it's about to end, so I have to switch back to Oliver. And we don't have a lot of hit points because he took a lot of damage, and health and mana are shared. I also don't have a lot of mana, so I don't... Oh, there's mana over there. Damn it. Let me get the mana. Thank you. Anyways, I think I'm going to do a Fireball. Also, if you notice, the bar over there, the circle that's next to my familiar is slowly regenerating. So let's go ahead and do a Fireball on the main one. Take that! Oh crap, this is going to hurt again, isn't it? Wow, this is going crazy. This is the toughest fight I've done so far. This is insane. I need to, like, eat some white bread. Oh crap, this actually takes time to use. Very well, let's see if we can do another Fireball on him. And since we are running out of... not running out of time, but since we can't really... Oliver is not very effective in melee, so let's summon our little dude here. Let's keep attacking the main one. Go tank! Oh, there's health over there. I didn't see it. Damn it! I need to really pay more attention. I've just been doing these combats almost in auto mode. Come on, there we go. Get some health. Get some mana as well, because we definitely need some mana. I saw the mana over here. Damn it, it ran out. Anyways, attack this guy. And now let's attack, yeah, Rough A, because he doesn't have a lot of health. Oh, I'm glad I got to do this particular fight, because that was a lot more challenging than most of the stuff I've done so far. Let's switch back to Oliver over here, and let's just do a standard attack. But as you can see, Oliver is not that good at attacking. He's just better as a spellcaster. I can actually heal myself. I do have enough mana, so let's cast Healing Touch. I also really like the animations on spells. I think they're very well done. And let's go get that mana that Drippy dropped over there. Thank you very much, Drippy. That will allow us to cast another Fireball. And now let's switch over to the familiar and attack. You got this, tank. Take him out. Attaboy. Do it again. Beat that scumbag. Nice, I believe, is when you get critical attacks and stuff. Now that was a really satisfying combat. A lot better than the stuff we were killing up until this point, and it gave you a decent idea of what combat is like in No Kuni. Bounty hunt complete. Report the swift solutions to claim your reward. So, apart from all of this, there's also this telling stone which you can consult to... It's kind of like your... It contains all the information of tutorials and stuff like that. This was also given to us by the talking tree that we talked with at the start of the game. There's the Wizard's Companion, which contains additional lore and basically tutorial information as well. It's got a lot of information that you can consult over there. I'm not going to go too in-depth into that. There is the Friends and Familiars that allows you to equip both yourselves as well as your minions. So here I would be able to equip a sword to him, which I will equip once I get the reward from that quest, because the reward was a sword. Which is why I actually wanted to do this quest before going to the Quartermaster, because buying stuff there after getting a sword would be kind of pointless, because a sword was what I was going to buy for my pet. And besides that, there's also the Creature Cage, which allows you to feed your pet, and by feeding him, he likes you more and thus gets more bonuses in attack, defense, all that kind of stuff. So I can give him a sweetie pie, a cake, or an ice cream. So this will increase accuracy, this will increase magical attack, and this will increase evasion. Now I really like the idea of evasion because he is kind of a tanky pet. So I'm going to give him an ice cream and he's going to eat it. And that increases evasion. And it also increases his fullness level. So if you feed him enough that he becomes full, I don't think he gets any more bonuses. So that is kind of like your pet management system. And now we're going to go back to town, collect our reward. So let's claim our reward for that quest. And we're also going to get 2 stamps, it seems. Bounty hunt complete. You earned the following reward, well-worn sword. We're 1 away from receiving, from getting the final stamp. That's pretty cool. People with more troubles than they can swallow. Yeah, the errand board. Now, there's nothing in the errand board. I already know that. So, let's just complete the King's Quest and see if we can get that one. Okay, so it seems like the King's Cat quest wasn't really that close to being completed. So, I just opted to give you guys my conclusion on this particular game. And my conclusion is that I really enjoyed what I've seen so far. And it really shows that you just cannot judge a game by its aesthetics, because even though, like I said, this looks like it's just aimed towards a younger audience, like I've found what is one of the best games I've played in recent memory. Like I really enjoyed this title up until this point. And if you guys enjoyed what you've seen on screen so far, if you enjoyed the gameplay mechanic of the combat system, the quests, the cinematics and all that stuff, I guess you guys will more than likely enjoy this title. So as per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all the kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
So this is your world.
That's right.